After being frustrated with the amount of time it took me to finish my previous piece, I needed a quick flip. So I picked up this table for $20. So if you want to see what I end up doing, just keep watching. Hello amazing humans, my name is Alumine and welcome back to Just Keep Sanding. If you love furniture transformations that are honest, satisfying, and full of helpful tips, you're in the right place. Let's sand through this. I was hoping for this to be a quick flip. 2 days months. When I was inspecting it, I realized it is a Chippendale Ethan Allen table. My plan of the way I wanted it redone was still standing. But now I knew the brand. So there was nothing major in this table. There was a big white acetone stain, and other than that, nothing else. I started with no cleaning. I went straight to stripping, so mans a la obra. Usually QCS is pretty good for these type of finishes, so I'm gonna try QCS first, see how it goes. I will only be stripping the first part of the table. I will not be stripping this corner. So when I paint, I will paint all of this black. So I'm first I know there's direct sun, which might not be so good, but this acts in 15 minutes. So hopefully this white stain over here is just like some acetone that fell over there. I should be wearing a mask. Shoot, I forgot. Yeah, this is I don't believe that this thing you don't have to wear a respirator. Because you do. Okay, let me just put a mask on because this is not good. I'll be right back. Yes, it is biodegradable. Remember, it is biodegradable as long as it's not in contact with your finish. And it will remove your finish, in theory, in 15 minutes. You just have to be constantly wet. You can just clean with soap and water or with their cleaner. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be cleaning with soap and water, as I always do. I will be removing the finish first with a putty, and then I'm going to go with the steel wool and more of these. There's not a lot, so I'm sure this is going to be enough. But remember, wear this because this, even though it's no VOCs, this thing will still go into your lungs. Just saying, you know? Now let's wait. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. Let me tell you, with QCS, you can't let it dry. And also, it doesn't always work, as you can see here. It's not. I should have scraped, honestly. The only reason I didn't, it is because of the different directions of the wood. Thankfully, it was hot and the table didn't stay wet for long. The best way to clean QCS for me, as I don't have the cleaner, I bought these before they came up with it. I use hot water and a brush and dish soap. I let it dry as fast as I can under the sun, preferably. After it was fully dry, it was time to sand, hoping the dye that was engraved in the grain will come off. Good luck. I was talking to a coworker regarding the stains that this table has, that is a dye that is so engraved inside the wood grain that I can't get it out. I can keep on sanding, but how long do I have to sand until I hit the substrate and I'm not sanding the veneer anymore? So I'm a little concerned about all that. So we were talking, and I'm not sure acetone will do anything because it's a very enclosed grain. So he said to try lacquer thinner that I don't have. I thought I did. I have paint thinner. Is it the same? No, it's not. But I'm still going to try. I'm going to make this little thing done with a paint thinner, and I'm gonna test a tiny little square and see if that happens, if something comes off. And if it doesn't come off, I mean, it's fine. We're going to just stain on top with gel stain. If I use gel stain, it's gonna be better than using a penetrative stain. Actually, a penetrative stain is not going to be good for this because it will pop all the stains that this thing has already. So the reason why I'm squaring it out is so if it actually works, I don't mess up the rest of the squares and I can stay inside the lines as this is a test. I'm gonna see. What are my hopes? I don't know. I hope that the blue doesn't... Oh my God, why did I do that? I was trying to avoid all that liquid coming inside. And also remember, lacquer thinner, paint thinner, all those are very flammable. So if you're going to do this, make sure that you leave your rag to dry outside. Just leave your rag to dry properly. This is doing absolutely nothing. Like nothing. This was stupid. This clearly didn't work. I cleaned already, but from having it here, it gets dirty then. So I'm just going to scuff sanding with 150. I want to protect this bottom part. I'm gonna be painting upside down, but I still want to protect it. This bottom part. I will just scuff sand all this wood. Just scuff sanding because I'm gonna paint and I'm gonna prime with a clear primer so I can start painting. I'm gonna spray paint. Excited. So 150 for scuff sanding. I don't need more than that. Let's sand this. I am first sanding the flat parts, and then I'm gonna go in here and sand the curved parts, but I'm gonna sand it by hand. I don't think I'm gonna use a foam sponge, but I don't really like the foam sponges, so I think I'm just gonna do it manually. Okay, let's keep on making them nice for you all. This table also needed some detail sanding. This is 120. You know when the sandpaper can't hold anymore? Like it doesn't make any sense to keep on using it on the sander? Well, this is what I do with it. I use every tiny little piece of it left for detail sanding. If I don't use this, I have some square ones that I cut in half because I feel that they are so much better to use than these ones that have holes everywhere. So there was no repairs here, so after this, we were staying. Let's turn this off. I don't think you can hear me. Okay, I'm gonna take a risk in here because the top still doesn't look great. So even though, because there's a lot of dye inside the wood grain, I want to stain so I can start working on the paint because I need to stain top coat and then paint. So and to do that I need to start moving. So I want to activate. I'm going to take a risk, as I said before. And I'm going to apply gel stain. I'm going to try this new little thing that I just realized that I can use. This is from a packaging box. It's just foam with a cardboard in the back. I'm sure it's going to be great. I'm just going to try it. Maybe it works. Yeah. We use only one glove here. So I just finished sanding with 150. I know that this is not going to cover, but there's a lot of discoloration. Just remember that these things spontaneously combust, so let them dry outside. You're wondering what I'm taking out? Is the first layer of dried gel stain. Yeah, my friend Kim from Artisan Revive, she recommended me a product that I haven't used yet, but I'm going to use it today for the first time. So to apply gel stain properly, the right way to do it, if it is an oil-based gel stain, 150 is the maximum or minimum grit, finer, and maximum, the way I call it, I see it, is maximum as the highest number. So 150 should be your highest number for gel stain. Because this sits on the surface, it's not a penetrating stain, so your wood grain doesn't need to be close. While stirring, okay, there's gonna be a little bit of things. I can feel it down there. There is a lot. There is a lot of dry. This is the walnut. We'll see. I know my garage is not very kind to me sometimes. Okay, so we will do a layer of mineral spirits. I have more. If this is your first time here, this is how I apply the gel stain, because this is how General Finishes recommends to apply gel stain. You put a very thin layer of mineral spirits first. Make sure everything is covered because you need that to dry. Now I'm going to do the center first. I'm going to have one of these dry, not one with mineral spirits, so I can wipe off. Okay. I think that might be enough. And we go. Would love to know where my foam is. Great. Great. Couldn't I have lost it like 2 seconds ago? Before putting the... Okay. Cleaning on the sides. We don't want any overlapping until this is not ready to be wiped off. Okay. I'm going to add some more. Usually people apply a lot of this. I just don't want it to fall inside the groove and then I have to clean that, you know? So that's why I'm going a little lighter. Okay, we're wiping off now. So what General Finishes does also is they grab 2 rags and they start like kind of like Miyagi. So this wood, as it's going in different directions, I'm doing the last wipe in the direction of each square. This is how it looked after 1 coat of stain. Do we like it? I don't. The grain was so close that I didn't even think it was going to make any sense applying more. Also, if you know the wood type, please drop it in the comments. The info I found was that it was cherry. I didn't film this for fear of failure, but I was liking it and I got carried away. So I taped each individual square and tone it with 2 different tones. But of course, we're not throwing that away. We're gonna reuse the tape. I reused the tape, of course. The Mohawk toners I used are ready to top coat in 15 minutes. I used perfect brown and dark walnut. After that, I had to even out the finish, as one was the ultra transparent and the other one was the toner lacquer. Don't worry, I'll leave this in the comments. Well, primer is not technically color, but here we are. Remember, this primer goes white, but then it dries clear. I was going to use primer, paint, and top coat, but changed my mind later. I Scott sanded in between as bonding boss is a little big. I am trying to make a one-step recipe with some paint that I have left over. And for that, I have this one that is a semi-gloss by Bear. And it's a paint and primer. It's semi-gloss and it will work. I mean, it is black. Mine is bees. And then I went yesterday and I bought the top coat. I'm using this jar that is, it's dry. The paint is dry, but I don't have another one. And I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna buy anything else. The way I have always done it. Ooh, I love it. I use equal parts of paint, primer, and top coat. And in this case, I already primed the piece, so I'm not too concerned about that. But what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna first dump all the black paint. The black paint already has primer in it. What I'm planning to do is, as it's black, I don't want to put a lot of primer and change the color. So the idea is to reduce the amount of primer that I usually apply. It's gonna be equal parts of paint and top coat and 50% of primer. But for this first piece, I'm not going to use it that way because I have already primed the piece. So I'm not too concerned about that. But that's what we're doing. Oh, and I'm using semi-gloss because it's what I had. I didn't buy this paint. Somebody was giving it in Nextdoor app. And a friend of mine went to pick it up because they live close by, like 3 minutes away. So, and they are also a muralist. So it was great for them. They got a lot of paint for them, and I got a lot of paint for me too. So, all right. So I'm just going to dump this in here. Ooh, this color. It's black, but it's just like true black. All right. I don't know if I should put this on. Okay, first this. Before I'm gonna reuse this container to put some of the R&R because I'm tired to use the gallon too. Okay, let's do this. Oh, I never do this way. But all right, I think I made it to half of it, of the jar. So, where's my spatula? I think it's in the garage. So I usually have a rubber spatula. No idea where it is. Because there's a lot of things left in here still. So. It is almost half of it in the jar, so I'm not going to put exactly half. I'm going to put whatever if it completes the container. Which probably is going to be 3/4 of a jar. Yes, I'm putting these, which is a little broken. Putting this thing, but it's broken right there. But it's fine. See? This is. I think that will be enough 3/4. No. Good. Don't be scared. It is going to turn a little white. But of course, you're putting like clear top coat that is white when it's wet. So it makes perfect sense. But don't worry because these not use the power of a paint. Not at all, not a little. In here, we have the paint that has already been strained with my reusable strainer. And I'm going to do a test on the cardboard. I'm going to cut the cardboard. I'm going to start upside down because it's easier that way. So I can get all the places that I can see, and then I'm going to flip it and start. Oh, how bad I had a little bit of fresh sauce. I should be wiping it off before starting. Yeah, I'm going to wipe it off before I start. And as you saw before, this is already, it's already print with a clear burner. So I don't have anything to do there. After struggling a little with the sprayer, I was able to get it to work. I usually don't spray outside, but this small table was the perfect excuse for me to do so, as I didn't want it to open up the shelter. If you made it this far, thank you. That tells me you're just as into this nut job as I am. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're enjoying it, and subscribe if you're learning something or want more furniture projects, problem-solving tips, and the occasional oops, don't do that moment. I'd love to have you stick around. After that, I flipped it and continued spraying. You know, life is never easy. I just had a little accident in the shop. What happened? There's a chance I dropped a split square on top of my table. The swish. He said it was okay. Wait, are we done? Seems like it. So stay till the end for scenes of my next video, and let's remember how this table used to look like when I brought it in. And here it is. Dark, moody, and still with that checker pattern on the top. I got a lot of low-ball offers on this one, something that haven't happened to me in a very long time. Cherries has it listed for $400, so it's kind of understandable. It took 2 weeks to sell, which is not bad for a specific piece, but I was firm on the price, as I knew the product I had, not only the effort I put in. As always, profit breakdown will be in the description to keep transparency to its fullest. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And remember, if you didn't like it, it is okay. Nobody will get offended over here as long as you keep it kind. Thanks again for sticking around till the end, and I hope this table proves one more time that everything can be transformed with some love, paint, and a little bit of skills. And remember, skills can be learned. See you again in the next video. Bye! Cool, isn't it?